Hi and welcome. So in this session, we are going to see what is Repository Explorer. Okay. So let's go into Repository Explorer, and here you can see so many objects which we have created so far. Like, let me minimize this panel after coming into Repository Explorer. So these are the objects which we have created. Like we have created tables, views, and SQL view, some transformation flow, data access control, and intelligent lookup, some folders we have created. All the objects are available here, you can see. So basically, Repository Explorer will show you all the objects which you created uh, and the system. Here you can see currently I have two spaces. Let's go into space management. Let me show you here. If I come to space management, currently I have two spaces in this system, out of which I have only access for demo space. For the second space, I don't have access. The reason why I created this second space, I think you will find in the security session, which comes later. Okay. So right now I have two spaces, out of which I have access to only DS demo. To show you that, let's go into DS demo. And if I go to this users, you can see this is my user ID. I have access to this space. Now let's go back to other space. Here also there is one user, but this is different user. Okay. This is not the user which I logged in. I don't have access to this. So the why I'm saying this is because in the repository explorer, you can see all the objects available in the space. Like if you have access to two spaces, you can see all the objects created in those two spaces. Currently, I have access to only DS demo space. That's why I can see all the objects created in this space. Suppose if my user has been assigned to second space also, then I would see the objects created in that space also. Okay, so basically in the repository explorer, you can see all the objects created in the spaces for which you have access. So right now I have only access to my DS demo space. That's why I can see all the objects created in that. Suppose if I had access to the second space, and if there were some object created in that space, I would be able to see those objects also here. Like you can see second space and then those objects. To show you quickly that, let me go back to the roles and I will assign my user ID to the second space also. And we'll create some one or two tables in the second space. And so let's go back to roles. So currently the second space is assigned to the scope role. Let me go inside that. Let me go to users. So here you can clearly see this is my user, which is assigned to demo space. For second space, there is another user assigned, but my user is not there in the second space. So what I do is, let's select second space, and I'm going to add new user to scope. I'll select my user ID, this one. Next, I want to add this to second space. Next, save it. So now for my ID is added to second space also. To confirm that, let's go to space management. I'll go to here, you can see two users. I'll go and see in the second space. So you can see my user ID is now available. So let's refresh the browser once to reflect those changes. So far, when we go into data builder and when we want to create by default, it was going into ds underscore demo space. But now my user is having access to two spaces. Okay. So it should ask me to select the space in which you want to create objects. So let me log out once and log in again. Okay, let me go to data builder once. You see, so initially when we were coming into data builder, it was not asking to select any space because I had access to only one space. So by default, it was going into that space. But now I have added my user to two spaces. So when you want to create some objects in, and when you go to data builder, it will ask you to select in which space you want to create your object. Okay. So let's select the second space. And I don't have anything here. Okay. I have some tables here. Okay. There are two, but you see here in this one, this table is coming from DS demo space. That means this is shared. This table was originally there in DS demo space, and that is shared with this second space. So that's why you see this is one. This is the one which created in this second space directly. But why this shared and all this is actually you will find in the security sessions where I have explained clearly like how to share some objects from one space to another space. Okay. But for now, just forget it. Let's create one table. So far we have created table by uploading file directly, and we have created by creating columns and all. We can also create tables by directly importing JSON file. JSON file you can see here. So for now, just create a table by importing this JSON file. I have the file in my go to downloads. You see some files I have like JSON file, product, sales transaction. So let's load store. Okay, I think there are two. Let's select store. Okay, it's just saying business name, store technical name. I'm fine with this. And click on import. It should create a table. Imported. It's completed, but you see here it's not deployed. Let's go inside this. So it's already defined key. Everything is fine. We can deploy this. Okay. Let's wait for the deployment to be completed. Still deploying. Yeah. Now storage deployed. Now I have two tables created in second space. So now let's go back to repository. Since now I have access to two spaces, I should see all the objects created in all spaces for which I have access. You can see here already I have the store table present in second space and the others are in there. There should be one more like test. You can see here. So if you have access to like say 4 or 5 spaces, you can see all the objects available in those spaces and the repository explorer directly instead of going into data builder or business builder. you can come here and you can find this objects across the spaces for which you have access. You can see store. I have these many objects available. So this is case insensitive. You can type in capital or lowercase letters, and also it's like suppose if I say LEND, I can see it will give like calendar, all these things also, because this is available in the calendar, but we don't have any time related tables here. For example, uh, let's go to store. You see, when I search with store, you see even dimension store, all these things are coming, jet store. So it's case insensitive. You can search in any other order, and you can create objects directly from here as well. Okay. Instead of data builder or business builder going in there, you can also create from here directly. And I think it might ask you to select a space, to which space you want to create. You have to select the respective space and then create the objects from here. And you can see here, like you can import files. And then, for example, if I select this space, sorry, one of the object, I can edit or delete, deploy that, or share it with other spaces and move to other folder if you want to move. And you can see, you can copy this. You can do the impact and lineage analysis. You can sort this, or these are different options available. So here the mainly why this can be used is if you come to repository explorer, let's minimize this, and you have different collection like options here, collection spaces. Suppose in case if you want to search, either you can search here, or suppose if you want to search by spaces or filtered by object types. Like suppose I want to see only tables, I can click the tables. It will only show tables. Okay, these are all the local tables. You can see tables of type, dimension, all tables will come here. Because if you want to see only folders, you can select folders or views, analytical models. You have different options here. Suppose I want to see only objects related to my second space. You can click on the second space, and it will show you all the objects available in that space only. Okay. And just again select that, it will like it will go. And then again you have semantic usage. Suppose let's say I want to see objects of type dimension or related data, the facts, text, cube, hierarchy, all these things. And you can select deployed objects or changes to be deployed. Shared objects also you want to see. I've shown you one object is, I think, two shared. Let's see what are. Yeah, you can see sales manager. We've seen display shared, and I think this one is also shared. So yeah, I can see these things as well. Let's select this. So you can see all these things changed on you. You can see all these. You can see last 7 days what are changed. Last 30 days is here. Release date, all these things, and also like you can add some of the objects to favorites. In case if you want to add something to favorites, you have this option like add to favorites, so that you can see all the objects uh, added to your favorites. You can directly go there and access them. And saved objects, if you want to see, again, see this option is there. And the recent ones which you might have opened, all these things. Okay, so let's go back to all, and I want to show you one more thing. Here, if you go to filter, sorry, and there should be one more option, like, mm, let me go to show more. Yeah, so here in these categories, like suppose collections, spaces, uh, or type, semantic uses, these are different categories, right, which you want to filter. Suppose I want to filter on two, like when you suppose under the filter type, if select folders and local table. The condition it will apply like or. Like it will show folders and as well as table. But if I want to apply filters for two categories, like suppose if I select uh, second space, under the space category and local table, then it will show the tables and like if I select tables and folders and the second space, then it will show local tables and folders available under that second space. That is applied as a condition on the condition, like this second space and then local table or folder, like that it will apply internally. And also here it is like under all folders. Suppose let's say when I search, it will search in the all. You can see here all objects. Suppose if I am in, let's say, let's go into one folder like have some folders, right? Let's expand this. So I have this one Jet, Anji, let's and Datasphere. These are the main folders I know. And let's go into one folder. You can see here now currently I am in Anji folder. So when I search now, it will only search for objects available in this folder, not outside, because you are already inside this folder. And inside this again, there are some many folders. Inside those folders again, you have objects. So when you search some objects, that only the objects available in these folders will be searched. Okay, that's how this search work. Let's go back to all. And yeah, as I said, let's go into this, like you have show more options, right? If you go here, uh, like you can see define conditions, there is one more option. Like here you can keep equal to, suppose if you want to filter something starting with or ending with, or if you know exact values or contains like pattern kind of things also, you can search if you don't know the exact name. And yeah, even same thing, like you want to find a space, go to yeah, here semantic usage also, you'll have option like define conditions if you want to equals to or begin with something, or you can add one more like end with or equal to, like that you can filter as you want. So that's what repository explorer mainly shows you all the objects available in the spaces for which you have access. If you have access to multiple spaces, you can come here and see all the objects, and you can also directly create objects from here. Let's do one thing. Let's try to create one table. It should ask for the space for which you want to create. You see, select the space. Since I have access to two spaces and it is asking me to create in which space you want to create, I can select and proceed. Okay. You can also do this from data builder or business builder. So that's what about repository explorer here. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.